Welcome back to Art at Home here at Gippsland Art Gallery. My name's Meg and today I'll be teaching you how to make your very own monoprint. For the monoprinting workshop today we're using a sheet of newspaper, some foil because it's a water resistant surface, some masking tape, a Q-tip, cotton ball, a plastic fork, a paddle pop stick, some 2 dot colours of paint and a paint roller. For today's workshop we're drawing inspiration from an exhibition here at Gippsland Art Gallery. It's an exhibition of local printmakers from Briagolong's Freestone Press. The exhibition is called Artist Proof, the collective spirit of Freestone Press. We looked at the strong line work and subject matter of Jenny Noon's Safe as Houses liner cut and the pluming clouds or smoke of Judith Dorver's 559 triptych of monoprints. Both artworks with black and white contrast, making them quite graphic in appearance. For the monoprinting workshop today, we're going to use a piece of newspaper with a piece of foil over the top. I just ripped these using a ruler, which made it nice and easy. You'll need to tape your foil to the paper, and that will be our working area today. Foil works really well because it's waterproof, so that our paint's going to sit really nicely on top there. So I've got some silver paint here in a tray and a roller. I'm just going to load that roller up with some paint. And our first layers of our monoprint is going to be silver. Just roll that onto the foil. You want a nice thin coat. You don't want it too thick or the line work that we do won't show through very well. A bit hard to see the silver on the foil, but you'll see when I print it. So we've got a nice coating of silver paint. I'm going to come at it with my fork and do some interesting line work across it. You don't want to push too hard or it will go through the foil. I'm just going for some lines. I might go back the other way as well. And this will be the background of my monoprint. There we go. That's our first layer done. We're ready to print. You can use some nice thick paper. Pop it at one edge and then drop it down and rub over the top. You'll be able to peel it back, and that's the texture that we've got for the first part of our print. Once your first layer is done, you can roll it up again with some black paint this time. This will be a bit easier to see. I'm using the same roller because the silver's quite light. You won't be able to tell. I'm trying to get a neatish kind of rectangle there. Okay. Now we want to think about what design we might like to use, and because we're getting inspiration from Jenny Noon's Safe as Houses, I was going to draw a bit of a scene with a house and some trees. So we've got lots of different tools to use. We've got the fork that you've seen, we've got the paddle pop stick, the Q-tip and the cotton ball. So I'm going to use all of those create different kind of line work. So if I use the cotton tip to start to draw my house, you can see that makes quite a thick line. Put a chimney on there. I might use my paddle pop stick for some roof tiles. Okay. If my chimney there had some smoke coming out, the cotton balls, if you twist, they make some really good clouds or smoke looking shapes. I'll add some more detail to my house. No one can get in there yet because there's no door. There's my windows. Okay. Put that on the plane. The fork makes really good grass because we've got 4 different spikes drawing there. So I'll make some grass texture with those. Probably got about 10 minutes to work on this design before the paint starts to dry. Might add in some mountains in the background there. And of course a tree. Add some bark texture to my tree. Might want to add some fruit on there as well. Completely up to you. I really like the path that was going to the door as well, so I'll add a path in there too. Some texture there for the stones leading up the path. And then for my background, I'm going to add some more line work there. The more lines that you add, the more effective I think that it's going to be. There we go. And now I'm going to print that over the top of my silver background, just by lining it up with the edge of the foil again. Down, and just gently rub over the top. And then immediately peel it back. Oop, missed a spot. A bit more there. You can always check too by holding one corner down. There we go. There's our monoprint. And you can see where I've wiped away a lot for the clouds. That's where our texture's coming through from the plate before. A nice add-on for this project is to create a stencil that you print inside. So I'm going to use a tub to trace around to make my stencil. Oops. There we go. Sometimes easier to get a nice circle when you trace around something. There's that. Just need to cut it out. You could do a rip paper stencil, or you could use a stencil that you've already got made. I've just gone with a circle because it works with the inspirational artworks that we chose today. That's it. So there's our stencil. The best thing about these foil plates that we use for monoprinting is that you can use it again and again. So if you've got, you can come back and use it again when it's dry with another group of people. And the picture underneath won't come through. So I'm rolling it up again with just a thin layer of black paint. This time I'm going to be a bit more abstract and I'm just going to work with some lines and shapes. In my field here, just have a bit of fun with that. Trying out the different materials that we've got to scrape back with. Maybe some cross-hatching there might look interesting. If you get too much paint on your paddle pop stick, you can always wipe it on your paper on the outside. Some fun swirls. Might do some line. The fork's definitely my favourite. There. Add some more. That's probably enough. And we're going to put our, first we're going to put our stencil over the top this time. I'm going to select a bit that I would like to print. That looks good. Pop that down first. Then our piece of paper over the top. Rub down. Okay. There we go. And then we have a stenciled monoprint. You might even like to use the other part as well for a different project. You could use it as a really interesting frame for an artwork. Possibility. Thanks so much for joining me for my monoprinting workshop. Hope to catch you next time on Art at Home. If you make any of our artworks, please share it with the hashtag GippsArtAtHome.